Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom Magic the Gathering card review. Today we are reviewing a card by FireOfGolden named Ink the Serious Artist. Now, this is the third card we're reviewing from FireOfGolden, and if you haven't watched my review of Error, the Error event, boy, I really don't. There's something very dissatisfying about saying error so many times. I don't know what it is. I know I tend to enunciate my R's more than other people, so I can just like imagine people just cringing every time I do that. Error, the error event. Um, but of course, that's not Fire of Golden's fault. Okay, so again, if you haven't watched that review, please watch it because I talk about reference cards and there's some prefaces in there. So please watch that. Let's see what we got here. So here we've got Ink the Serious Artist, Wooburg, for 5/5. Legendary creature, Skeleton Noble. Devoid, Indestructible. Tap, exile top card from your library, the top card from your library. You gain mana of any color equal to the exiled card's mana value. If a land was exiled this way, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped under your control. Lands you control have indestructible. All he wanted to feel, and it didn't end up what he hoped. I don't quite understand that, but okay. So, okay, so we got Wooburg, but devoid. Indestructible. Okay. Well, let's kind of tackle these things one at a time here. So, uh, devoid. Let's look at devoid just for a moment because I think devoid cards actually have colored borders, but I think maybe I'm wrong. It's not where I typed that. Devoid. Okay. Oh, I see. They have a special border and you don't have access to it on Cardsmith. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I understand. I was going to complain about the card border, but we have limited options here, so I see why you chose the colorless border. So I'm not going to fault you for that. I guess what I so here's kind of another issue. Here's one of the issues with reference cards that I was kind of talking about in that other review. Um, Devoid here, it's like why? Right? Why is this Wooburg card devoid? Why is a card with all 5 colors devoid? I mean, it's kind of cute, like 5 colors but colorless. But I don't really see like what is that actually doing for the card? Um, it doesn't seem like it's really doing anything for the card. It's just sort of adding extra complexity. Um, and I'm assuming the reason you put that here is for reference purposes, right? And so this is kind of exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about reference cards need to stand on their own as Magic cards. Um, I don't you know I, I don't know why this is here. It's not really accomplishing anything. It doesn't really interact with the rest of the card. Um, I mean, I guess there are some Magic cards that care about colorless, but if you're doing that, why don't you just make the card colorless? Why does it have to be Wooburg? So, okay, so that's devoid. Indestructible, again, that's, please watch my review of Arrow the Arrow event, and actually, more so than that, watch my review of Miku Warsinger by TGBC. And I talk a lot about the fact that people really like putting strong defensive abilities on their legendary creatures. Don't do that. Okay, I'm not gonna explain why. If you want to know why, watch the other reviews. So the keywords, not a huge fan of here. I think stats are fine. 5/5 for 5. I mean Wooburg, right? I mean Wooburg's hard to cast, so um, it's maybe even a little bit under what you would expect. Okay, so lands you control are indestructible. This should say have indestructible because indestructible is a keyword, as you can see here. So you should say have. It's as if you were saying like lands you control have first strike, lands you control have vigilance, lands you control have indestructible. So, all right, let's get to this ability here because this is sort of the meat of the card. Tap, exile the top card from your library. You gain mana of any color equal to the exiled card's mana value. If a land was exiled this way, you might put it on the battlefield tapped in your control. Okay, this is a very powerful ability. Very, very powerful. It basically, I mean, it's random. Excuse me. The land clause here is actually very strong. Basically, like, you tap the type card of your library. If it's a land, there's actually oftentimes the land might even be better to get than the mana, because you essentially draw a free card and you get a free land drop, right? So you get this in addition to your normal land drop. So you basically get to ramp permanently, unlike this, which is a temporary gain, and you get to draw a card for free. So the land clause is actually almost better than the other clause. Now, obviously, in some cases, you'll exile like a 6-drop and you'll get 6 mana, and you're just gonna vomit your hand out, right? And this is also mana of any color. So I mean, this can be powerful. It's just very random. But you're actually going to be hitting this land clause fairly often, and it's quite powerful. So yeah, I mean, it's a powerful ability. I'm cool with the powerful ability on a Wooburg card. Like Wooburg, you know, it's tough to get that mana. I'm sure in Commander it's probably a lot easier. I mean, you have so many options for color fixing and stuff. So 5 colors on turn 5 is probably not that difficult to do. But I think that's fine. So I don't mind. I don't mind this ability. I think this ability is cool. I actually think it's if this guy's an artist, as in like he paints things, it's kind of hard to tell from the art. The art doesn't actually. The art makes him look more like an assassin or something, because he's got this like you know, why can't I remember the word scarf? Jeez, I forgot the word scarf. Wow, I'm going senile already. But he's called an artist, so this is actually kind of cool. I kind of like the flavor of this, where like you know, it's kind of like painting. Sorry, my headphones cut out. I really got to fix that. But this sort of plays around with like colors. So he's like you know, he's let's say he's like a painter. You kind of get colors. You're kind of painting a bit. It doesn't 100% work, but I kind of get where this is going. So that's kind of cool. The land clause doesn't exactly fit with that. Well, I guess it could. I mean, maybe he's painting the landscape, right? So this is kind of neat. I mean, I kind of like this ability. I think it's kind of getting there flavor wise, and it's quite powerful. It's random. Of course, you can also play scry effects to make it not random and stuff. I think my main issue with this card is just the other text. Devoid and indestructible. Indestructible, I already talked about that. Devoid isn't really. Devoid's actually really strange now that I read this card some more, because if this guy's an artist and he cares about color, why does he have no color? Why is he devoid of color? Again, that's probably a reference thing. All he wanted to feel, and it didn't ended up what he hoped. Yeah, so it's cute. It's cute. I mean, again, if you're looking, if this was not a reference card, which I have to evaluate it as not a reference card, then this devoid is very confusing, because it's like it's a Wooper card that cares about colors, but it itself is colorless. I guess it's ironic. So whatever. Maybe I mean the devoid. Maybe it's fine. You know, for reference purposes. Indestructible, I really don't like. And this land clause, I also don't quite understand. I don't really see why this is here. Um, I mean, he puts lands into play, but why? I don't really understand why he makes lands indestructible. It's just sort of tacked on there. So, I have kind of mixed. There's mixed things about this card. I mean, I actually quite like the card. If this card was like Wooburg, I'll even give you the Devoid. Wooburg Devoid, tap exile, with the tap ability, 5/5, and nothing else. I would think this card's really cool. Um, as it stands, I think it could use a little bit of adjustment. Also, I mentioned this previously, but you should make sure your grammar's correct. There's some grammar errors on here, so uh, yeah. Also, you see, you gain mana. Okay, yeah, the mana's fine. It's mana of any color. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I like this card. It has some issues. I'll give this a 3 out of 5, but it's kind of a higher 3 out of 5 than the previous cards. I don't do decimal places. Maybe I should do. Maybe I should start doing out of 10 because it's hard. It's hard because this card's a 3 out of 5. The other cards are a 3 out of 5. But like this one, I like better than the other 3 out of 5s. I don't know. The rating system. The rating system gets me every time. Uh, yeah, but I can't give it a 4 out of 5 because it has issues. I mean, the way I see it, a 4 out of 5 is a card with no flaws, but maybe not. But so a 5 out of 5. Okay, let's start this way. A 5 out of 5 card, that's an A+. Okay, that means like this card has no issues whatsoever, and it's really exciting. I've never seen anything like it before. Right? That's a 5 out of 5. Or it's like, wow, this card has amazing flavor. Um, a 4 out of 5 is this card has no issues, but it's not the most unique card, right? Um, a 3 out of 5 is like an average. It's like this card has a couple issues, but overall the idea is there. It's a fine card, right? Um, it's just this one I like more than the other 3 out of 5. So, uh, yeah, it's tough, man. Tough with the rating system. I'll think about that. Anyway, regardless, I've rambled enough with my incessant speaking and switching topics. Uh, that's Ink the Serious Artist. I do like it. Couple things you could fix about it. Thank you for watching.